If you're just starting out with recording, the most powerful and economical way to build a recording system is by installing a digital audio workstation, or DAW, into your personal computer. DAWs come in several different flavors, but they all share a series of features that help you record and mix all kinds of musical instruments, voices, and electronic sounds. A DAW can be a single program on a laptop, an integrated standalone unit, or a complex series of components controlled by a central computer. All DAWs have an interface that allows the user to alter and mix multiple recordings and tracks into a final produced piece. DAWs are used for music, radio, television, podcasts, multimedia, and nearly any other situation where complex recorded audio is needed. An integrated DAW consists of a mixing console, a control surface, an audio converter, and data storage all in one device. Integrated DAWs were more popular before commonly available personal computers became powerful enough to run DAW software. DAW can simply refer to the software itself, but traditionally a computer-based DAW has four basic components: a computer, a sound card or audio interface, digital audio editing software, and at least one input device for adding or modifying data. This could be as simple as a mouse if no external instruments are used, or as sophisticated as a piano-style MIDI controller keyboard or automated fader board for mixing track volumes. The computer acts as a host for the sound card or audio interface, while the software provides the interface and functionality of audio editing. The sound card or external audio interface typically converts analog audio signals into digital form and digital back to analog audio when playing back. It may also assist in further processing of the audio. The software controls all related hardware components and provides a user interface to allow for recording, editing, and playback. Computer-based DAWs have extensive recording, editing, and playback capabilities, and some even have video-related features. For example, musically, they can provide a near-infinite increase in additional tracks to record on, polyphony, and a virtual synthesizer or sample-based instruments to use for recording music. A DAW with a sampled string section emulator can be used to add string accompaniment pads to a pop song. DAWs can also provide a wide variety of effects such as reverb to enhance or change the sounds themselves. There are even simple smartphone-based DAWs called Mobile Audio Workstation, MAWs, which are used by journalists and others for recording and editing on location. Software DAWs are designed with many user interfaces, but generally they're patterned after a multi-track tape recorder and mixer, which make it easier for recording engineers and musicians who use tape recorders to become familiar with the new systems. So computer-based DAWs tend to have a standard layout that includes transport controls, play, rewind, record, and so on, controls for individual tracks, a mixer, and a waveform display. Single-track DAWs display only one, mono or stereo, track at a time. The term track is still used with DAWs, even though there's no physical track as there was in tape-based recording. Multi-track DAWs support operations on multiple tracks at once. Like a mixing console, each track typically has controls that allow the user to adjust the overall volume, equalization, and stereo panning of the sound on each track. In a traditional recording studio, additional rack mount processing gear is physically plugged into the audio signal path to add reverb, compression, and other processors. However, a DAW can also route in software or use software plugins to process the sound on a track. Modern advanced recording studios may have multiple types of DAWs in them. Sound engineers and musicians may travel with a portable laptop-based DAW. However, software DAWs by different manufacturers do not interface smoothly, requiring files to be saved in specific ways in order to move between DAWs. The most significant feature that DAWs provide is the ability to undo a previous action using a command similar to that of the undo button in other computer software. Undo makes it much easier to avoid accidentally erasing or recording over a previous recording. If a mistake or unwanted change is made, the undo command is used to revert the change data to a previous state. The familiar cut, copy, paste, and undo controls are usually available in DAWs in some form. More common functions include the ability to modify several characteristics of the sound. These include the sound's wave shape, pitch, tempo, and filtering. DAWs usually feature some form of automation, often performed through envelopes. Envelopes are interactive graphs that use line segments and curves to indicate changes over time. The lines and curves of the automation graph have adjustable points called nodes. By creating and adjusting multiple nodes along a waveform of control events, the user can specify how parameters like volume or panning should change over time. Automation data can also be written by human gestures recorded by a control surface or controller. Most of the time, the controller uses MIDI to transfer these gestures to the DAW. MIDI recording, editing, and playback is also built into modern DAWs of all types, and the ability to digitally synchronize the DAW with other audio or video tools is also included. There are countless software plugins for modern DAW software. Some of the functions of these plugins include distortion, resonators, equalizers, synthesizers, compressors, chorus, virtual amplifiers, limiters, phasers, and flangers. Each has its own way of manipulating the sound wave's tone, pitch, and speed of a simple sound and transforming it into something completely different. You can achieve more distinctive sounds by using multiple plugins in layers, and you can also automate the changes created by the plugins. There are many free and open source software programs that can facilitate a DAW. These are often designed to run on a variety of operating systems and are not commercially available programs. For example, Audacity is a free open-source digital audio editor that can run on Windows, but also on OS X, Linux, and other Unix-like systems. It's particularly popular in the podcast community and also has a large following among the visually impaired due to its keyboard interface.